When I come through, I'ma keep it tight. Don't even come my way if you know you ain't right. When I come through, boys know it's me. A player from the South, nothing less than a chief. When I come through, they know I'm about my...
Bro, this is Curtis, baby.
Yeah, I know Curtis, man.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 1, Off the Muscle. Knowledge, wisdom, and game. What we're basically going to be doing here every week is giving you a piece of all of the above. But at the same time, we're going to have a good time. We're going to crack some jokes. We're going to talk a little noise. Today, we are actually going to go in with what makes all of this go round, from podcasting to basic everyday communicating, and that is speech. Now, the first part of what I want to talk about this evening pertaining to speech is our First Amendment. Okay? There's 5 parts of the First Amendment. You have the freedom of religion. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of the press. That's a big one to me. You have the freedom to assemble, and you also have the freedom to grievance your government. Okay? I tell you what, with all of those 5 factors of the First Amendment, some of them are very, very, very important, and I feel like some are more important than others. But us as people, we rely so much on speech, what we hear from each other, what we take from each other, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the game. Those 3 things are what I feel are missing, okay, from today's society. One of the reasons right here is online stuff. Continue to watch us, continue to learn from us, continue to agree and disagree with us. But at the same time, you have to understand that the internet has skewed a lot of people's visions. You can go directly to speech, and you'll understand what you're hearing is not always true. We normalize lies and bad behavior. These are things that I feel like if we continue, I was going to say something else, but if we continue to allow people to speak and we hear everything that they say and we absorb it without doing research, without understanding where those words come from or the intent that they have, it's going to change the future. Fact checking has been so important with a lot of the stuff that we, I would say, take in on a daily basis. I hope a lot of y'all have your phones and computers in your hands right now watching this very first episode of ours. Now, we're going to do a lot of talking. We're going to do a lot of listening because we want to hear from you guys as well. Let me tell you something. One of the first things that I want to talk about is something that we used to say a long time ago, and we said it a lot. The game is to be sold, not told. And I know you've heard that a million times too, but the game is to be sold, not told.
All my life, bro. All my life.
Listen, when we grew up saying that, we were hurting ourselves and we were hurting our people and people in general because other races gave game away. They gave knowledge away. They gave wisdom away, and they gave away the game to their loved ones and their friends. If you have valuable content and knowledge, and you have something that you can give and bless, each one teach one, someone under you, somebody older than you, that allows you to uplift or bring them to a higher standard in life because of what you shared with them, that is one of the main things that we want to share with each other. We need to start giving the game away. Not giving the game away is what has held us back as a people. Someone said, let me see here. Someone said that black people in America, there are 40 million black people in America. But we are the example for 1.8 billion black people worldwide. What that content was about was, if you look at the culture in the United States, the things that we do, what we say, our music, our inventions, the paths that we lead in excellence and in our stereotypical stuff that we do, it's seen worldwide. We are the most copied and the most celebrated people in the world. If you only go on that, it tells you automatically that we need to do better. We can uplift and change the world in a major way by just giving more to each other. Let's say the quality of what we give away, our substance. I do a lot of talking. I try to make sure that when I'm saying things to the people that I love, it's something that is going to benefit them in some way. I try not to aimlessly talk unless I have to. I love to have fun, and I love to shuck and jive, everybody says. I think I'm funny, but everybody don't think I'm funny all the time. But if any of you have anything that y'all can think of, examples of those exact things, how we lead the world in being copied, how we lead the world in the way that we shine, from sports to entertainment, and now we're starting to be recognized for our academics. We've always been very, very, very smart people, but never had the chance to show it. Our ancestors were held back in many ways due to the way the United States was structured. That's all stuff for another show, a very important show that we will have between Off the Muscle and The Point of View. I will tell you this. Critical thinking is one of the ways that we can change a lot of our structure. We're often told things that we automatically go to and believe in that we should not. Y'all give me a second. But at the same time, we also have to look at all of the different ways that we can improve ourselves through just speaking to each other. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, man, I go around the stores all the time, and I think we were talking about how important speech was. Speech is so important that you can change somebody's life by speaking to them and giving them kind words of affirmation, or tell them how great they look that day, or that you like their smile, especially the old cats, man. A lot of them don't have, some of them may not have people in their life, loved ones, kids, that are near them. Speak to people. It changes people's lives. You can light people's world up. You can stop somebody from hurting themselves just in view of the fact that you spoke to them, gave them a fist bump. We're so, these days, I feel like the world is so consumed with trying to put each other down and cause harm to each other, that there's no way that you can clear your brain of the things that would do good for somebody. And that's the most important thing that I feel that we need to focus on these days. We're constantly being lied to, okay? We're lied to every day, all day. If you follow politics at all, that would give you a very, very, very strong indication of how powerful words are. We have a person in the White House right now that has told everybody that grass is purple for quite a few years now. There's a lot of people that'll go out there and repeat to you and tell you that the grass is purple. Now, I'm not getting too big into the political thing this evening, but I do want you to understand that it's what is going on a daily basis right now that we're following. I follow it every morning and every evening. I check something out politically to make sure that I have a firm grasp on what's going on, and let's just say how they are trying to structure and lead people astray. If you continue to follow someone that does not have your best interests at heart, and you're not a person who does not like to fact check people, stop listening. I say stop listening. And the reason why I say stop listening is simply because I am starting to argue with my own friends and family about what so-and-so said. And y'all know who so-and-so is. So-and-so is the man that will tell you he gave HBCUs money, but y'all forgot the fact that he took it from the tail end. And then y'all forgot the fact that he gave way less than what prior presidents have given, what they were being given. He's the person that will tell you a lie, and 10 minutes later on, you can go watch a video by a major news organization that shows you the full speech he just said, that tells you to the detriment of his own speech. If you do not check, don't sit up and argue with somebody. If you don't have the facts behind you, don't sit up and argue with somebody. Oh, we love this man. Mine, I heard 1,000 times. We love him because he gave us a check. He gave us a check. Okay, well, y'all said he gave us a check. But let me ask you this. Did anybody go back to check and see where the check really came from? Who was that we got on there? Somebody coming up on there, brother?
Yeah, you got Caitlin is on with us. She's following. Looks like she's checking us out to see.
Who was that? Oh, Catherine Wright.
Oh, I'm sorry, Catherine. Yeah,
Catherine, she said
my
facts. Well, and here's the thing. We have to fully understand. And when I say fully understand, we have to fully understand exactly what's going on and how we're being led, how we lead each other. So this just isn't about one person. This is actually about how we live our normal lives. And the way we live our normal lives is just that. We will hear something and take it straight to the head and totally leave it on, not deal with it any further, not pay attention to it any further, and then we'll turn around and we'll argue with each other about it. Come on, man, it don't work that way. Let me see here. Do y'all remember? Let me tell you what's been happening too that I've been noticing that I don't like. Do y'all remember when COVID came? When COVID came, what's up, kinfolk? I see you up there. When COVID came, they told all you Neegies to walk down the aisle one way. I walked up in the store and I was walking all up and down them aisles during COVID, and people was looking at me and frowning and making all kind of noise. I wasn't going to stop doing what I was doing for one simple reason. They told y'all that COVID only flew to the left, or COVID only flew down the aisle to the right. So they slowly tried to control you and tell you that if you only walk down the aisle one way and walk behind somebody as opposed to walking towards them, it was less likely that you get COVID. Y'all see me blinking? The reason I'm doing that is because I don't give a damn what you tell me. If it flies in the air and stands there, no matter which way you walking, you're gonna run into it. But people was doing it. They actually were doing it. People were actually walking down the aisle one way. I bet y'all haven't noticed something else. How come all of a sudden, our whole life, we was told to walk in and out the right door, and when you walk down the aisle, or when you walk down the street, you walk on the right side. We drive on the right side. I constantly complain because when I go to stores, the right doors are closed and you can only go out the left door. They've rearranged all of our stores to where you don't walk in through the right door anymore. Pay attention. Now, that has nothing to do with anything in particular, but it's just something we're being told to do, and it's something that they're building a certain way, and partially has to do with because a lot of places and corporations that are being bought are bought by foreigners, and that's fine. I welcome foreigners. I'm a person who loves foreigners. I believe they're good for the economy. We can argue that later. But here's the thing. Because of that, things are done differently now, so we're having to adjust. But if you pay attention, you know why it's being done, so you can justify having to do it. Okay? I didn't like it at first. I didn't know what was going on until I finally realized the reason why. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a quick break and let y'all see a little something real quick.
It's your boy DR the King, aka Davion Reed. You watching Off the Muscle.
That was my baby. So, back to the lesson at hand. Wives' tales and superstitions. They've been a part of our speech and our history for ever since I've been alive. I can remember back in the days, and everybody had Big Mama, Grandma, whatever you called her. Everybody had somebody in their family who loved to tell them about all the superstitions. Powerful speech, because we all grew up following that. Oh, watch out now. Don't walk by that ladder. Hey, there's somebody up on that ladder. Don't walk by no ladder. Don't walk up on no ladder when somebody's on that ladder now. Y'all remember that one? Do y'all remember that you couldn't sit too close to the TV? Because you... Hey, man, what'll happen if you sit too close to the TV, Mont? You remember?
Yeah. You go blind, don't you?
Yeah, you go blind.
Mess up your eyesight.
Now, I'll tell you what, real quick. I'm going to tell you something. I can't see too good no more like I used to.
That's from sitting close to that TV.
Hell no. That ain't no. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you, I do know this. I know 100% that you cannot go blind from sitting too close to the TV. But they told us that. Do y'all know why they told us that? Do any of y'all out there know why they told us not to sit too close to the TV because you'll go blind? It was misinformation. It was a courtesy to the people behind you. If you sit all up on the TV, guess what? Nobody else can't see the damn TV. So scoot back. But instead of teaching you in a way that they gave you the respect of understanding other people's feelings, with that type of speech, we were given a superstition. The reason why you don't walk up under a ladder when somebody's on it is because if you bump the damn ladder and they way up at the top of the ladder, it will be unbalanced and you will make somebody break their damn neck. The reason why breaking a mirror is 7 years bad luck. Man, you know how many mirrors I done broke? I used to break mirrors on purpose. Now, I haven't been the luckiest person in my lifetime, but it ain't got nothing to do with breaking no damn mirror. Because if that's the case, I'd have 277 years of bad luck from all the mirrors I done broke. The reason why you don't break a mirror, or they tell you that breaking a mirror is bad luck, is because even if you try to do it on purpose, if you've ever broken a mirror, you will find out that a mirror breaks into hundreds of thousands of little shards of glass. Of course, depending on what the mirror is made out of, but the old school mirrors they was talking about was made of glass. They wasn't made of plexi. You broke one of them bad boys and pieces flew everywhere. Even after you swept it up, you'd be finding glass pieces for about 2 or 3 weeks in your mama's house. And it was very dangerous, and those shards could fly at you and hurt you real bad. Get in your eye, launch into your skin, whatever. That's the reason why you had 7 years bad luck. I remember we sit down, boy, your mama say, go on, y'all need to start cleaning up, get your broom and sweep the floor. And you get over there close to their feet and they get to moving their feet out the way. Baby, don't sweep my feet now. You sweep my feet, you got to bring it over here and I'm going to have to spit on it and you're going to do this. And some people say you got to jump back and kiss yourself like James Brown. Some people said you had to spit on the broom. Some people said, I done heard some of everything. Sweeping somebody's feet didn't cause any type of bad luck or anything like that. It was one of the most uncourteous things you could do to somebody is to sweep an adult's or anybody's foot without telling them, excuse me. So they should have taught us that. See, speech is one of those things that is the thing that we rely on mainly for communication. Of course, we have sight, we have sounds, and we have our noses for smell. We even have our some people say everybody has an aura around them. So we have a brain or the glow, like Bruce Leroy. And you pick up on auras. But the main thing that we use for communication, our hands, we sign language, is your speech. It can be heard the farthest. Hey, kinfolk, I see you on there laughing. Hey, it can be heard the farthest. It carries a lot of weight because you can change your tone. Some people like to yell and scream, and they don't understand that a lot of times when you yell and scream all the time, it loses its power. Speech is very, 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 very important. A lot of things that they tell us all the time that we have to pay attention to is when they change things, they tell us things slowly to get us to believe them or to change the narrative of what's being said. Powerful subject, so there's a lot on it. You remember if you throw the crabs in hot water, they jump around, they cause a lot of chaos, Mont. They cause a whole lot of chaos if you throw them in the hot water. Okay?
For sure.
But if you put the crabs in cold water and you heat them up real slow, you can kill them and they won't even know what's going on.
Indeed.
That's what's happening to us right now. What's happening to us as people. Now, I'm talking about all people. My brothers and sisters, if you are black, if you are white, if you're Asian, if you are of any type of Hispanic origin, it doesn't matter where you're from. We should be communicating together, not letting people tell us that we are different for reasons that do not matter. We got Christians running around here doing God knows what and still calling themselves Christians. Or I'm saying, let me not say, people calling themselves Christians, standing on the Bible while literally hurting and killing their brothers and sisters in Christ. Killing their brothers and sisters in Christ. All right? We got parents telling their kids that they love them while totally mistreating them. Men mistreating their women. Women mistreating their men. We have to get back to the point to where, and the time to where we overstood each other. We treat each other like we wanted to be treated. And we taught each other things because we had love for one another. I'm a person that always talks about racism. I love to talk about racism. The reason why I like to talk about it is because I want it to be brought out more. I want more people to talk about racism, and I want more people to engage in the conversation with an open mind and an open heart. So that way, these things can be solved eventually, some shape, form. Do I really think it'll happen during my lifetime? I would love for it too. But what are we? We Gen X, ain't we? Gen Xers. Absolutely. As Gen Xers, I feel like we have a responsibility because we had that time. It was a weird time for us. With us being a military family, hey man, we had everybody in our community initially. I know we all talk about, let me tell y'all a fun fact. Everybody talk about all us Dove Springs boys and girls that grew up in Dove Springs. Hey man, we was there first in the early 60s and then the early 70s. We was already living there, man, in 72. And when we were there at that time, all of my friends was white. A few black folks moved in here and there and moved away. A couple Hispanic folks moved in and moved away. And then kind of, where we grew up kind of turned into a little bit of a hood, you know what I'm saying? And there, Dove Springs from there. Y'all who know the story. But I said that to say this. I experienced racism in a way to where I recognized it, knew what it was, but we didn't have the backing from our parents and the adults to explain it to us in a way to where we could have started correcting it as we got older instead of just learning how to deal with it. We just learned how to deal with it. Now that we're older, we're a generation that was very powerful. We set a lot of records. We changed a lot of things in our age group that could have been and can be today a way to fix our future for our kids and our grandkids. When my boy came to me, I'm sure he'll talk about things like this on his show. You show right, Kinfolk, 2744. He'll talk about it on his show. But the corrections can be made because we have the power to correct them. We have the ability to correct them. I said something that I thought of something that I was going to say for the end of the show. All right. And it's this. I have to say it now. I'll find something else to say at the end of the show. I have a way to fix the United States. Okay. As far as people getting along and the racism and all that stuff like that. All right. Everyone should be taught the truth. The absolute truth. From a baby all through the school system and on to an adult should be taught the truth. The truth about our history. The truth about where man comes from. There's truths that need to get out that, oh man, I got a lot for y'all. But there's truths that need to get out that even us as Niji people and us people of African descent need to get together on, because people are too busy all trying to make a profit off of words. But here's the end of that scenario. If everyone is taught the truth in school, taught the truth by each other, taught the truth by our parents, and we grow up and we all learn the truth, those who cannot deal with the truth should be put through mental health facilities until they learn how to accept the truth. What y'all say? Think about what I just said. Our government doesn't have sense enough. The people in charge tell everybody the truth. Let's teach the truth from this point forward. Let's agree to disagree, and then let's get everything out and open, and let's start teaching the absolute truth. The absolute truth is this: man in general, from this point of factual science and data started in Africa. Okay? All man. Doesn't matter what color you are, we all came from one. All right? Scientifically and biblically. There's a few scientific people coming from monkeys. Okay, whatever. Y'all go on to the side. Y'all get over there somewhere. But the originator of man, okay, is coming from that region. Okay. So that's something that I think right now most people have started to accept. They still don't understand how we get white people from black people and Asian people from ethnicity. But if you understand where everybody came from, then you can start to learn the truth. A lot of people don't want to understand that there were already people here in this landmass that we are in, right? All y'all that are watching, the landmass that we're in right now is now called the United States. At that time, it was known as Turtle Island. Turtle Island was the home of the Niji. The Niji are black people. The Niji are the original American Indians. The Niji are the people that have inhabited this landmass, the Aboriginal people of this landmass, since way before any Europeans ever stepped here. So that's an argument that I have tens of thousands of facts to base my argument on. And even my family and friends, if y'all don't agree with it, hey, you know what? I got something for you. Because they have data to prove that our history was told in reverse. The transatlantic slave trade, all that stuff. These are all words. These are the things that we were taught in school. These are the narratives that have been pushed all this time for, shit, I'm 52. Mont, you 52, ain't you?
52 strong, baby.
And, I mean, is that what you were taught? I thought,
Oh, absolutely.
I think you were taught the same thing. We were taught that millions of slaves came over here. Ain't that right?
Absolutely.
Because originally when people came to this landmass, it was just some Indians. You know what I'm saying? Some Indians here. The Indians was some beige people. You know what I'm saying? Shit, my color and lighter. You know, but the fact still remains is that I have a guy that I watch all the time that goes out and not only speaks words, but he finds the factual evidence. He goes to the archives. He goes into the what they call them, the books of Leighton or whatever. I think that's what they're called, where the ships came in from other countries way back in the umpteen hundreds. Okay, and there's a couple discrepancies, my brother. My friends and family, there's a couple discrepancies. Who was that? Mr. James.
Oh,
said,
that looked like old wannabe. You didn't join us?
Oh, is it? He said, drop that link. Oh, he wants to join. So let me tell you something. What we found out is that not only was the slave trade told in reverse, but everything pertaining to the slave trade was a lie. The people were already here. Man, hit that, man. Who was that? Aboriginal people, black people, were already here. Okay? We were here from the very, very beginning. What's going on with it?
What's up with it, baby?
Hey, man, I see your eyes, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
man. Kinda taking it a little easy, checking you
I knew you
out.
would be here if not only in you couldn't be here physically, but I knew you if you wasn't here in spirit, I believe that you was going to join us. In some
Come on,
shape,
man.
form, or
You know
fashion.
I can't miss a chance to run my damn mouth.
Let me ask you something. I know you're a little bit younger than us, but do you remember being taught in school that millions and millions of slaves came over here from Africa? Do you remember that?
Yep, that's the first thing they told us.
The very first thing.
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
Do you know what an ocean gyre is?
No.
It's okay if
It's
you don't.
found.
It's okay if you don't, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they didn't tell none of us about ocean gyres. Okay. What they told us was They told us that ships just took off from Africa with millions of slaves and just drove across the ocean and just jumped in the water. And this trip that was a very, very horrendous trip. Okay, I see you back on. Did you hear what I said? They told us that this horrendous trip was a piece of cake, man. They took these boats, man, that didn't even exist at that time, that weren't capable of holding 10,000 people at a time, sailed over here with the wind, fought against ocean gyres, which are basically like whirlpools and currents that send ships certain ways. So you would have to take a certain route in order to get to this landmass through these ocean gyres. You feel me? The ocean gyres that they had to travel through made the trip very, very, very long and treacherous. Two things about that. You're not finna pack no 100,000 and 2,000 and 1,000 people on no boat with enough food, with enough bathroom facilities, with enough water, fresh water, shitting, throwing up, getting sick. Remember back then, everybody got sick on them boats, man. The best sailors had sicknesses and stuff on them boats. And get them people over here safely while they're chained up without everybody being dead when they got here. Okay, so that's one thing. Number two, do this for me. All right, I'll pay you. I got a man online that throws this challenge out all the time. You remember the picture of the slave ship they had with all them 500-600 people and bottom laying down next to each other for a 6-month trip? And I may be exaggerating on the time frame. I'll straighten that out with y'all later on. Do you remember that they told us that whole time they had these ships available? Now, if you go in any archive that you can see, okay, any archive that you can see of boats and ships, that's the one they always show. The one down below. All right? The one down below. Oh, Unc, I know you remember this too. The one down below with all them people laying next to each other.
At the very bottom.
At the very bottom down there. Hundreds of people. Can't do that, man. It won't work. It's impossible. The reason why it's impossible is no one would make the trip.
Yeah, that technology wasn't even invented then.
Wanna be. They couldn't make the trip, man. It's impossible. Now, if you find a slave ship right now, find a slave ship. They knew about the Nina, the Peter, the Santa Marita, the Odie-Doo-Dah-Day, and the 123 and the ABC. They knew about all them boats. And they found pieces of them. They found them sunk. They named them. They sent expeditions out for them. How come nobody in history has found any of those slave ships? He said if you find one, he'll give you $10,000. So anybody that's broke and y'all doing all this hustling on the internet and all this stuff, find a slave ship. Find one. Find one of the slave ships that they showed you. Now, I should have paused. You know why I should have paused? Because I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Find one. Anybody. If you're listening right now, find one of those slave ships and you can make $10,000. You remember on Cops when they say, call into the Cops helpline, and if you find this fugitive, we'll give you $1,000. Okay, well, check this out. Call into the hotline with a slave ship on deck and you get 10 grand.
$10,000.
$10,000. Now, check this out. No one has cashed in. Do you want to know why? Your boy Kanye, y'all ready for this controversy? Your boy Kanye said the slave trade was a choice. Do you want to know why he said it? Everybody took it out of context. Nobody knew because we don't listen and we don't pay attention to our own people. The reason why Kanye said that and the reason why he was so true about what he said, that slavery was a choice, the way he meant that and the way that it was said was because of one thing and one thing only. Slaves were brought over here in small amounts. They agreed to come they were talked into coming. Sometimes they were sold by their villages because they were criminals.
Yep.
Okay, these are all things that are fact. Look it up. But they didn't come over here by the millions, my brother. They came over here by the hundreds, occasionally. the way that it was efficiently able to come over here, where you could eat. And they were told lies. Hey, we coming over here, y'all coming over here to live with us and live prosperous to a new land. And then they put them in slavery. They tricked them. Sometimes they did raid villages. Sometimes they did beat people down. Sometimes they did grab people up and scoop people up. But it was in few numbers. I do have those numbers and I don't have them right now, but you will hear from me again on that subject. But this is what we were told. Those lies, back to the original subject, the reason why these lies and we were taught these things is because, back to the truth. The truth remains is that in the United States, the reason why we can't get back to the truth so easily is because friends and neighbors of mine, if they tell the truth from this point, the reparations that would have to be given would do so much damage to the United States. It would crush the economy as we know it. This is just a fact.
They got it.
Hey, listen, man. No, they may have it because they have the land still. All this land belonged to people of color. People of color.
Yeah, indigenous people of the land.
The Niji people of Turtle Island. Our ancestors. Most of us, all right, y'all ready? Let me ruffle some more feathers. Most of us did not come from Africa. We were aboriginal to this land. Most black people in the United States, most of our families, and I say most, we're talking about 90%, they say or better, of us are from here. We are, and our ancestors are the original inhabitants of this land. Now, you have to go back way, way far to understand how this separation takes place. We're all from the landmass, the very great, vast, humongous landmass of Africa. But at some point, 4231, I see that. At some point, there was a separation. There were travelers. There was a separation of landmass, Pangea. The whole world used to be one giant landmass, and it was separated. Okay, so people migrated to different parts. Separation happened, death, destruction, and then everybody rebuilt, and people had babies in landmass. That's a simple way of putting it. But do you understand that if the truth was ever told, the absolute truth, that there would be a major shift in wealth, there would be a major shift in ownership, and there will be a major shift in understanding. That will probably never happen. So it's going to be something that's broke in slowly. The game is going to be given slowly. The understanding, the knowledge is going to be given slowly back to those who want to learn. But until we all start wanting to learn and understanding the truth, the facts. Let's start with the facts, and then we'll go to the truth. Who knows what the difference between a fact and the truth are? Does anybody know what the difference between a fact and the truth are? Because I hear people all the time tell me it's the same thing. No, it's not. A fact is a consensus. It's what most people believe. Sometimes backed by just hundreds of people saying it. Sometimes it's backed by a little bit of science here and there. Sometimes it's just an understanding. But most people agree on that thing, so it's a fact. The truth is, and a fact can be argued and changed. The truth cannot. The truth is just the truth. There is no arguing the truth. There is no arguing the truth. So if you want to argue the truth, it's a losing battle. Who you got on there? Is that Wannabe?
Yeah, I'm back.
Wannabe famous ass.
Y'all keep hanging up on me.
No, man, that's the producer, man.
Hey, man, you got to blame somebody.
Hey, I did tell him I didn't really like you too much, so he said he was going to keep cutting you off until you didn't call back.
Hey, man.
I said I was gonna keep cutting him off until I can see him.
Oh, he off to the side. Hey, man, didn't you just come from the beauty?
Hey, don't you do that?
Dang, don't do what I'm trying to say.
Don't you do that. Look at me, all flustered. I just got out of the shower, looking very respectful. If I do say so
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you what. Usually when you sitting over here next to me, I don't get a chance to really just look at you straight on. Man, you kind of got the little Barry White thing going on over there, man.
Hey, man, you know, a little light
Lou
stuff,
Rawls or
man.
something, man. Yeah.
Little salt and pepper going on here,
Man, I had to go on, trim mine down a little bit, man.
You looking good, man.
Hey,
You
man, I
looking
appreciate you.
good.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we getting old, man, so we got to take care of ourselves, man.
No, we ain't getting old. We getting better, baby.
I'm trying to age like fine wine.
Hey, man, you know black
I don't
don't
want to get
crack.
smushed like no grape. I don't want to be soft like no grape, my brother. So, hey, I'm trying to get back to. I'm sitting up here sipping on some special sauce. Talking about I want to get back to health. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, you know.
Oh man, check this out, y'all. Morals morals are man-made. Frequency is law. If we get back on the frequency and the vibe of understanding each other, giving each other the game, give it away, man. Let's start giving it away. Each one, teach one. Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Because if we all grab somebody by the hand and lead them the right way, all right? Start protecting what we respect. You only gonna protect what you respect. All right? Think about what that means. If you don't respect something, man, you ain't gonna protect it, man. How many times you walk by something, man, you like, man, I'm not fucking with that, man. I don't want to have, because it's not something that you respect directly. It's not something that you feel that you need to step in on with your voice, with your body, with your mind, your spirit. I'm not talking about fights and stuff. I'm just talking about period. If you don't respect something, you're not going to protect it. You feel
That's true. Yeah, I think we need to get back to, just loving one another for who we is, flaws and all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Speak truth to power.
Yeah, loving each other for who we are, flaws and all.
Critical thinking.
Yeah, everybody had to come from somewhere. And there's a reason why we have certain type of mindsets. Because we've all been miseducated.
The hardest, and here's the thing, the hardest thing to do is to take what you've always fell on, take what you've always learned, take what you've always believed in, and uproot yourself from that and believe something different and understand something different. But if we do it, it's for the benefit of our kids, grandkids, and the future of mankind. We have people right now that are trying to turn what we've always done here in this country and trying to trap us into a Nazi Germany situation. We can't allow that. We have to be strong and united as people. Listen, man, I'm going to build a community. I don't have it all together yet. I have most of the guidelines together and I have the full understanding together. I'm going to build a community.
Don't you y'all know us now.
No, sir. Okay, just like him. I agree with some of the stuff Umar talks about. But I agree with I agree with Republicans. You hear me? I agree with Democrats. Okay? We need to be called for us crats. And I'm talking about black. I don't care what color you are. Black, white, Hispanic. We need to have a new party, which is down the middle crats. All for us crats. That's what we need to call ourselves. All for us. For the people crats.
Well, I think.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, I think if us as black people, if we love ourselves, the way other races of people love themselves, because I don't mind racism, hatred, bigotry. I don't mind other people the way they feel about us, right? I don't. That doesn't bother me the way
they were taught that, so you can't you can't fault them. Sometimes they were raised that way. Okay.
However, I wish we loved ourselves enough to not give a damn. Like,
I understand.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me to sit next to a racist white man. I just wonder why we're so forgiving and so we're so forgiving of what they do to us, and so critical of our mistakes.
You said something.
You know what I mean?
You said something.
We are very critical, black people. We are very critical with each other. We are more critical with each other than we are with other people. Like, we're very docile and submissive when it comes to other races of people, but we won't give each other the same grace and mercy.
Man, we will give other people a pass.
Yes.
We will give them a pass. We will fight each other and give other people a pass.
Yep.
Okay?
If you work a 9 to 5 anywhere, you put up with racism, bigotry, you put up with all types of things at your job every day, but we won't even forgive a brother for walking past us scuffing our
Man,
shoes.
talk to your boss about that. If you have a boss and you know him, talk to your boss about that. Man, get on his ass, man. Get on your boss' ass. Tell him about the stuff that you experience. What's your boss' name? You know your boss? You know him good?
Well, he don't want to hear that. He just want the production.
Okay.
You damn right.
I know your boss.
Whatever it is, you better
Your
keep
boss
it
said
to
it.
yourself.
Your boss said if you got some complaints, man, you better come on with them, man. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. You're 100% right, brother. We need to stop faulting the wrong people for what's going on. And I look at it like this. I'm gonna tell you something that I heard, and I had to think about it because I had to grasp I had to wrap my own head around it. If you were raised in the United States school system, if you were raised in the United States schools, the United States of America school system, you're a racist. I don't care what color you are. Think about what I just said. And a dude said that, and I was like, no, I ain't no damn racist. Yes, you are. And the reason why is because the structure of what we've been taught and how we were taught it and the things that we were taught, it either made you love yourself no matter what color you are or hate yourself no matter what color you are. Or you had an internal battle all the time fighting against yourself, trying to prove to yourself and other people that you were worthy because of shit like your skin color. Because of things like the way you talk or the way you were raised. So even if you're my friend and you are an opposite color of me, if you are a palm-colored person, you are in some shape, form, or fashions a racist. If you were taught and you still believe, there's a if you still believe in the things that you were taught by the educational system in the United States. I tell my kids, if I pop one of them on this line, on this show right now, they will tell you what I always say. Do not let school get in the way of your education.
Well, that started from back in the day, like we blame everybody outside of our house for what's going on in the house. Because we're not educating and equipping our children.
The reason, well, hold on, we're doing better than our parents. Remember, we talked about this before. Because, man, look, man, I'm going to say something. Our parents was yes men.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Hey, am I right? Where am I at? Where am I at? Right here. They were yes men and women. They were going along to get along.
Just to get along.
So they weren't teaching us. They didn't want us to fight the power movement and the teach everybody. Because see, if you try to teach or fight the power too much, you got your head bust. And nobody wanted to get their shit put on flat.
Yeah.
Did nobody want to get dogs sicked on them and get their house took? And man, it was so powerful. It's still powerful right now. So we were brought in by yes men. We are the generation, every color. Like I said, I'm not saying black people need to, we know what we need to do. But if you are white, let me go in on y'all first, and you are my friend. Don't ask me what you can do. You know what you can do. You can learn and you can truly understand the value of what you have behind your back your whole life, which is a privilege. Understand that privilege and understand why we don't have it. Understand why the simple speech that someone can say, like people always say, well, why do you get so offended by the N-word, but y'all say it? Well, it's two different words, first of all, and y'all need to educate yourself on that. I'm trying the best I can to stop saying it. I haven't done so.
I say it loud and proud.
But there,
As much as I can.
to each his own. I still say it too. But people don't understand the difference between the ER and the A. We say one word and they're saying something totally different. So just that alone is something that can be addressed and can be talked about. But that word has so much power because there's so much death, destruction, killing, taking, setting back behind that word. So it is a word that when it's used in a derogatory, when it's used, period, towards one of us from a different race, it's a fighting word. It's considered a hate crime if you do something and you use that word. So that means it's a very powerful word back to speech. Everything in this world relates first to speech. When you say something out loud and you write it down, what do they say? The pen is mightier than the sword. Okay, because that is speech. That is speech applied to paper. The words that we think of in our head and we put down and we share, or we make law, or we make policy. Those are the things that structure this world and structure the things around you and the people around you. It's the reason why racists are still being raised right now, because people are teaching racism. Nobody's born a racist. You cannot be born a racist. Racism is taught. Your speech is important. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Real quick, what we looking like over there, Mont?
Oh man, you probably got about 5 minutes before we close it down.
Check this out. As soon as I find it, I got something for y'all. You ready for it?
The dope joke.
The joke of the day. Dude moves into a small town, huh? He walks up to the bar and he sees this sign outside the bar. The sign says, "Free drinks for life." Some bitch say, "Free drinks for life?" He said, "Man, let me go in this bar and find out what's going on because I love to drink." Okay. He goes up in the bar, walks up to the bartender and says, "How you doing, sir?" He said, "I'm new in town and I saw a sign outside. It said, 'Free drinks for life.'" He said, "That sounds like it's right up my alley. Tell me what I got to do." He said, "Are you sure, young man, that you want a part of that?" He said, "Free drinks for life. Tell me what I got to do." Bartender says, "First thing you got to do, young man, is I'm going to put a half a handle of alcohol up on this bar." He said, "You got to take it to the head." And he said, "Okay, that don't sound too hard." He said, "I bet I can accomplish that mission." He said, "Second of all, you got to find the biggest son of a bitch in this bar and you got to beat the brakes off of him." He said, okay. All right, I'll try that." He said, "Anything else?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Number 3, he said, what I want you to do next is, I got a big ass pit bull out back." He said, "You got to go out there and get that old rotten tooth out that pit bull's mouth." He said, "Oh, okay. How big is he?" He said, "It's a pretty big dog back there, man. He's killed 7 people." All right. He said, oh, okay. "Free drinks for life, right? We're talking about my whole life?" He said, "Yeah, your whole life." He said, "Anything else?" He said, "One last thing." He said, "You see that old hag standing up there at the top of the steps?" He looked up there and seen this old raggedy old woman sitting up there, and she waved at him. He said, "Yeah, I see her." He said, "Hey man, you got to make her come." He said, oh, okay. Shit. He said, "Are you down for that?" He said, "I'm about to give it a go. So let me tell you what he did." He snatched that half a handle of whiskey up off that bar, and he turned that bottle up and he took it to the head. He looked around, already woozy, tipsy, stumbling all over the place. He ran up on this bad boy standing over in the corner. He went up on him and started sparking him up. Bing, 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 bing. Let him have it. Hey, by the time the dust settled, he was the only one standing. He beat up the biggest dude in the bar. He runs out back where that pit bull was. He go out back, man. You hear a bunch of scuffling, and you hear some whimpering and shit. Everybody got quiet. Nobody heard him. Nobody didn't see anything. Man, he comes up in the bar and says, all right, now where's this bitch at with this loose tooth?
Boy, you stupid.
Well, you got me. You got me now. You got me. You got me. Hey, you lost me, but you brought me back in.
All right, I got you.
That is what we call a dad joke.
And most definitely dad joke. I got a bunch of them. Ladies and gentlemen, the very First Amendment of the United States is the First Amendment for a reason. The main part of that amendment is the freedom of speech. Want to be famous? You like to talk, and I love to talk. It's a great freedom. We have the right to say whatever we want. But don't forget, though, before I leave y'all this evening, the freedom of speech has consequences. You can say what you want, but that don't mean nobody won't scuff you up for what you say. Watch what you say. Be careful of what you say. Understand what you're saying does have consequences. Whether it's me, you, or your neighbor. Each one, teach one. Let's get together and let's start sharing the truth. Let's speak truth to power. Let's use our words for the understanding of development, uplifting each other, praising each other, sharing with each other, feeding each other. Mentally, spiritually, and literally feeding each other. The words that we choose and the things and the way we give to each other are very, very important. You got anything you want to say, producer?
Hey, we appreciate you guys for joining us. Hey, get with us again next week. Next week, same time, 7 o'clock. Come and enjoy us. Tomorrow night, we will be launching The Point of View. Come sit with us and see what we got to say. Interact with us. Hey, we appreciate you guys who came in today. We love you. Let's get it.